Renato picked himself off the deck. They were alive.
We have to get to my private ship, she said. Do you trust me? I guess I must, he said. You go on ahead. Clear the path, she said. I can't kill my own soldiers.
He wanted to say that he didn't trust her, that he had no idea what he was getting into. But he had no choice, did he? He was following his heart. That's what it means to be a hero. You had to follow your heart.
Ich hab noch nicht mal die Schwerter dafür. Fuck. Lauften.
Haven't you always wanted to do that?
So, nehmen wir uns mal so die... Na, hier mit. Gucken wir mal hier rein, was es hier so Schönes gibt. Yes! Feuerwaffe. Ja, da fehlt mir noch eins von den...
Good to practice your moves, thought Renato. Keeps you limber.
Oh Gott. Ah, nice. Damage aufgenommen, was nicht nötig war. Hier mal das hier ein bisschen was zu Spiel haben. Energy ist ja das, was ich gerade am wenigsten brauche.
Renato, smash!
Renato, smash! Erinnert ein bisschen an Detroit Smash! Wo gehen wir denn lang? Gucken wir uns das mal hier. Jackpot! Richtigen Weg gewählt.
With materials like this, he could probably make a really nice pair of barbecue tongs. Or
Nein!
a sword.
Nein! Ich wollte da nicht hin. Was, das Ding habe ich jetzt nicht. Oh, das war so dumm von mir gespielt. Das war einfach nur richtig dumm.
Renato wondered if his future self had commissioned these poles.
Ah, da kann ich nicht mehr lang. Ah, bitte.
Truth was, Renato really liked the sound his sword made in the air.
Ich liebe den Erzähler, der ist echt geil. Problem. Das sind zwar zu wenig HP, mal abgesehen davon. Oh Gott.
They paused to catch their breath. It was strange to be so close to her. What are you thinking? He asked. I'm trying very hard not to think. Me too, he said. Up ahead, he could see the thin silver of Zenobia's personal ship. It looked fast. They would leave all this behind.
Also die Geschichte gefällt mir richtig gut. Dafür, dass ich das nie gespielt habe vorher. So, gucken wir mal. Da hat irgendwer was geschrieben. Da kann man ja auch mal die Kommentare mal anzeigen. Der Mic ist viel zu leise. Es müsste mindestens dreimal so laut sein. Einstellungen für Audioaufzeichnung. Eigentlich müsste das viel lauter sein. Aber da müsste ich lauter sprechen, sehr wahrscheinlich. Ne, ich muss eher nur zweimal, ich muss einfach nur lauter sprechen, damit das funktioniert. Level up.
Powers, ready to blossom within him, or something.
Ich will Ärzte haben, ich will Ärzte haben. La 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 la. Das Spiel ist so geil, das macht so richtig Laune. Roda! Ich muss das mal gleich mal skillen, dass ich ein bisschen mehr Ausdauer habe, damit ich hier so rumchargen kann.
These platforms are great. Renato wanted one for his house.
Das ist geil. Shit. Feuer! Feuer! Bäh! Abgesehen davon, dass das Spiel wahrscheinlich gleich schon durch sein wird. Das ist sehr schade finde, weil das ist eigentlich unglaublich schön gemacht, das Spiel. Unglaublich schön. Zu dem Spiel kann man ja auf jeden Fall gleich... Oh, der hat ein Shield. Schildträger entlocken deine Antwort. Begreife ich noch nicht. Änder mal deinen Titel auf Englisch.
Renato suddenly felt a sharp pain in his stomach. He was surprised to see a crossbow bolt sticking out of it. I was going to lead the Empire to our secret base, said Lapino. But no, you had to screw up my plan because you've still got a thing for her. Renato stared at Zenobia. The
kiss. Was it real? She said, with a look of indescribable sorrow. She gestured and said an arcane word, and Lapino went flying into the abyss, screaming, "I'm telling your father!" Then she knelt down to cradle his head, and her paws felt very soft and warm. Okay, that was weird. He could have sworn he just died. Instead, he was on the Farfarer, sailing away from Ubar. And it was still burning. He'd fled burning Ubar years ago, hadn't he? And now he was back there. Had all those years fighting the Empire been nothing but a vision into the future? A useful vision if it was true. He'd learned something. Lapino was a traitor. Renato had suspected there was something wrong with the Mad Rabbit. But now he knew there was malice behind his goofiness. He'd made bad choices. But now, when the real battle came, he wouldn't make those choices. He wouldn't make the same mistake twice.
Ja, so heißt das Spiel auf jeden Fall.
Towards the beginning. And he realized that his adventure was just beginning. The clouds parted over the Isles of Boreas. It was time to choose. The rebellion was in trouble. Ravens were scouting for the secret rebel base. They needed a game changer. Pieces of the Sky Ripper had surfaced. Or so a scholar in the mountains had told him. Surely the weapon that banished the lost gods could defeat the Emperor. Also, a temple had risen out of empty desert. The Emperor had brought the Sky Ripper pieces up out of ancient burial by his obscene rituals. Could this be where the Iblis stone was hidden? Someone better get it before he does, thought Renato. And also, his old friend Lapino needed rescuing. Of course, Renato had a pretty strong suspicion that Lapino had betrayed the rebellion. But could Renato really leave an old friend to the Ravens?
Okay, den Lapino-Weg habe ich ja schon
Every child knew about the Sky Ripper. The transcendent Emperor had buried its pieces. What could have brought them to light? This Emperor, Iceland III, had once been kind.
Ich finde das richtig geil, dass man mehrere Storylines hat.
Obscene rituals to bring back the lost gods.
So Games sind echt geil.
Somehow summoned the long-lost components of the legendary weapon out of the deep places of the earth. It was more than Renato could fathom. But if he could find a legendary weapon, he would use it.
Ab geht's, suchen wir nach dem Sky Ripper. Was existieren oder nicht existieren kann. Schrödingers Katzenprinzip.
As he set foot on the island, Renato couldn't help feeling a bit curious. Now, he was probably drinking champagne with the ravens. Did ravens drink champagne? Did rabbits? Renato felt oddly thirsty, come to think of it. Why had he chosen the Sky Ripper? Renato never made plans that required constant vigilance. He was a hero. He didn't think too much. He just went with his gut and hoped it all worked out. The Sky Ripper was a long shot. He'd have to devote himself to it. No side journeys, no rescuing old friends. That was against his nature. Could he stick with it?
Bin ich jetzt mal gespannt.
I wonder what I could make with all these sword crafting materials, thought Renato.